Now, I've had to deal with people who suffered grief down through the years. I've been a pastor a pretty long time now. And those of you who were here 4 years ago, I remember that night when Doug McCarthy called me and said that Zach was in a car wreck. And I remember going to Nature's Way and seeing Doug. And I remember driving down to Tampa General Hospital with Doug, and Doug saying to me, my son, who's 16 years old, by the way, I said, I can't lose Zach. I cannot lose Zach. And I remember sitting in that hospital room with Gene and Doug when the 5 or 6 people walked in and said that Zach had gone to be with Jesus. I will never forget it. But what I won't forget even more than that was after the memorial service we had at Bell Shoals, and it was packed over there. We came back to the trailers because this building wasn't built yet. And Doug walks in to that building, and he walks up after the worship service at Bell Shoals, and he looks at me and he goes, now that was worship. So it's exactly what happens here with David, is it not? David had just had his life turned upside down. He'd been ripped to shreds. He'd lost his child. He, of all people, could have been totally blaming himself for his child's death. He was guilty of some gross sins here, folks. Lying, adultery, mass murder. And the child dies, and what does he do? He gets up and he worships the Lord.